Good morning. You know, we're in a battle for our future to work as Americans in America. Sure, the average worker on the street doesn't realize it yet because it hadn't got to them yet. But those in technology and truck driving and nurses and other high paying jobs like those, they understand what's going on. Or if they don't, they're trying to figure it out. And that's going to be the rest of the story today. First, let's do the housekeeping. My Senate campaign website is vbsenate.com. Email address, if you want to contact me, is vbierce@gmail.com. Do a lot of my work at guestworkervisas.com. That's where I try to document everything that's going on. Help make it easier for you to understand what's going on. You can text me at 325-215-1886. Don't call me. I won't answer it. Get too many crank calls, spam calls, whatever you want to call it. Now let's look at the rest of the story. All right, give you a little more thought first. For us to defeat what is happening means we need to find a way to make the everyday American make it easy for them to understand what is happening. Give them a place where they can go and search for things, like a library of sorts. As an example, here's a lady yesterday that showed up on Goodyear. People saying she's overseeing the massive outsourcing of jobs to India. I don't know if that's true or not. But if we would document it would make it easier to prove. Now, by documenting, you're thinking, what? Where? How? Who? Why? We document it so we can make it easier for them, for average, everyday Americans to find it. Let's go to guestworkervisas.com. guestworkervisas.com/GWV/index.php. If you go down here, about midway, you'll see a full dashboard. Go there. Pull that up. Enter Goodyear here. You'll see the Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company. Many of them. You can click on any one of them. Now this first thing, I pay $55 a month for this every month, and hardly anybody ever uses it. Sometimes I think about getting rid of it just because of that. Put an extra $55 back in my pocket. But anyway, this shows the corporate executives of Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company. It also shows the board of directors. It shows you that if they want to hire 16 H-1B workers in this year, which I believe was first and second quarter of 2025, and they're going to pay them a little over $2 million $2 million. That's $2 million that used to go in American families' pockets. It used to be spent in American towns. And I give you all kinds of stuff to help you analyze the data any way we can. Typically, you will notice, almost always, computer and mathematical occupations is what the H-1B visas are for. If they're not, they're for engineering, architecture and engineering. And I am showing you a map here back in them days. I show you a list of the visas, H-1 visas that have been applied for, all kinds of stuff. They even show you any actual H-1Bs that have been approved for them. And all the way down here at the bottom, there's a comments section. I went with a company called Disqus because that seems to be used on a lot of platforms all over. I figured it'd be easy for everybody to learn how to use and all that. So let's go back to our Twitter page. Let's go down here and click on this little thing here, this share. Copy the link. Now let's go back to that comment section. And let's paste that right there. Now, and make a comment. Go ahead and click comment to make it. Now, the next time anybody pulls it up, they're going to see that, plus anything else that anybody else has done. It's going to help them search, help them make it easy to understand. They should be able to click on this, and it might take them back to Twitter. Yeah, look at there. It takes them right back to Twitter. Just like somebody had thought it up and made sure it worked. Folks, this is how we beat them. You want to find a video that Sarah Blackwell did on Lowe's lumber yards? Where do you go to find it? Do you go to Google? What happens if Google is not serving it up? What happens if Google doesn't want you to know about it? So where do you find it? Well, you could go, let's pull this up here, could go to guest worker visas. There's two of them. One's guest worker visas by itself. This is our blog. You could go right here and enter Sarah Blackwell. I don't think I have anything in there. We'll see. Yeah, nothing found. And any videos or any reports she documented, anything that she had done would show up here. Wouldn't that be so much easier to find that stuff in one place? Because right now you're not finding any. Now if you look over here, you'll see recent comments. The Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company. Look at there. Wow. All of a sudden now, you can see their corporate executives. Who's the chief executive officer? Mark Stewart. You can pull up his picture. Just click on this little image button. You can see all kinds of pictures. Young guy. Wants to get rich. Sends them jobs overseas to India. Saves lots of money on payroll. More profit for him. Board of directors kicks back more money to them. Isn't that the way it works? Am I missing something here? Anybody want to tell me? Click the back here and you're right back here where it is. You can even see that he gets paid nearly $26 million a year. I've added a little deal here for corruption, lawsuits, or bribery. Let's see if anything shows up. What it does, it types in Mark W. Stewart corruption. Huh. Wasn't expecting to find that now. Interesting. You might want to dig into that a little more. Anyway, what my purpose is, what my thought is, this makes it easy to find stuff. If he's involved in a lawsuit, you don't have to type anything. You just got to click. I bet Assistant Attorney General Harmon, what the hell's her last name, Dillon? I think she could make use of something like this. Anytime she's searching a publicly traded company. You'll find all kinds of stuff here. You can do the same thing with the board of directors. Mr. Firestone, whoever the hell that is. Looks to me like he's dead and gone. Must be his son or something. All these board of directors. Oh, looky here. Is this how they got found out that India was available? Mr. Mahindra Raja? What's he got to do with Uber? Might be worth digging in. Look here. Analog devices. This guy's been a little everywhere. Yeah, I don't see no Americans standing up. But my whole purpose on this is to make it easier for people to educate themselves. Because right now, we're doing the world's worst job. If somebody says, well, I want to know something about Navy Federal Credit Union, Everybody's going, oh man, I seen an article about that here a while back, but I can't remember where I saw it at. If we had it in one location, wouldn't that make it easier? Wouldn't that make us a more formidable foe? Because right now we're at war. These son of bitches are sending every good paying job overseas, and they're starting to do the same as a low paying job if they can. And they're importing a tidal wave of non-immigrant guest workers on visas like the H-1B and many other visas to take the remaining good paying jobs. This is leaving people like myself that have the skills that they say they can't find out of work for 22 years. Sure, I've been underemployed, I guess you'd say it. But I got the skills to be making the top dog money, filling the top dog job. But I'm not even considered. And the reason why has been proven many times. People from India have worked their way into management where they're making the hiring decision. They've also worked their way into human resources. And when they get an American resume, they look at it and say, circular bin, if they even know what a circular bin is. In the Navy, we'd say shit cannon. Well, that's what's happening. You're not even being considered. And if there's any chance that it looks like you might have the skills documented that you can get that job if they were fair, well, you're not going to be considered because that would upset their apple cart. Like that guy working for Walmart here a while back was getting something like $30,000 a day in kickbacks from people he had hired just for the privilege of working there. Is that American? Hell no, that ain't American. Now I want to show you a new thing I'm working on. One of the biggest mistakes I have made when building guest worker visas is I've tried to build a new application every time something comes up to help make it easier for you to use as a tool. The problem is whenever I make changes on the back end, like a data source or something like that, every one of them's got to be changed. And I've been so busy, I just don't have time to do everything. So I'm trying to build one central place. That's what I'm working on right now. You'll notice this first line, I entered Goodyear. Geocoding complete. One of the weaknesses is I've always gone to Geocodio once a year and paid them to geocode my files. Well, this last time it was like $600 something. I couldn't afford it. So the third quarter data has never been incorporated in those other maps yet. Just because I just can't afford it. So with this new system, it's going to automatically do it over time. Every time you do a search, if it hadn't been geocoded before, it will geocode it. And it'll create a map down at the bottom. Now the second line, duplicate case numbers found. These ones that are in yellow are duplicates. If you look at the last 6 digits of their case number, you'll see that 618499 twice. That's because in the data, the raw data that we get from the Department of Labor and Bureau of Labor Statistics, they haven't cleaned up their act. They have duplicates in the data. So when we load it, 3 different quarters, and then we merge them together in one file, we have data that can be in there 2 or 3 times. Not good, but there's nothing I can do about it. So when you see somebody out there that goes to My Visa Jobs and says, okay, Amazon had 6,855 H-1B applications. Well, did they or did they not? Do those dupes exist in there? You don't know because they don't even show the case number, I don't think, in a lot of cases. You just don't know. Another thing, number of workers. Is the number of workers 1 or is the number of workers 100? I've seen plenty of examples where they're 100. So when you say it has 1 application here, do you mean it has 1 application or do you mean it has 1 application for 100 workers? There is a difference. This is the flaw in all the systems out there. That's part of the reason I don't how do I put this nicely? I don't quite believe a lot of the examples I see. And that's the reason why is just because I worked with this data for so long. I know what's in there. I know what its flaws are. And whenever I run across it, I try to share that with you to make it easier on you. But anyway, we got 57 entries, H-1B applications in 2025 so far for Goodyear Tire and Rubber. If we come down here to the map, if you notice up here, red is employer address. There's two of them there. Let's turn it off. There's three of them there. One over near Washington, one around Cleveland, one around Cincinnati. Because Concentric here, CVG Customer Management Group, is supplying workers to Goodyear, they show up in here. You've never had that capability before. Goodyear apparently is up around Akron, Ohio. Oh, and over in Washington, D.C., we've got Tata. If we were to go back up and look at this data, you would see Tata there, and there's Concentric, and the rest of them are all Goodyear and Tire and Company. Because Goodyear is in the secondary entity position here, that means these people here in the employer name are supplying workers to Goodyear. Now, these ones where Goodyear is in the employer name, that means they've got applied for these H-1B applications themselves directly. So let's show the attorney. We have an attorney up here in Cleveland. And we have an attorney down in Washington. That's probably for Tata. So let's turn that back on so you can see both. Now the workers, where they're going to be working at, we apparently have an office in San Francisco, the Senior New Venture Specialist, whatever the hell that is. Engineer associate. One of the disadvantages is worker when they're all at the same worker location. Say you got a factory somewhere and you got 1,000 workers there. Well, because they're all at the same address, that means they have the same longitude and latitude, which means they're all going to be stacked on top of one another. A feature I've used in the past would be when you pull this up, this marker location, I would have, say, show other markers at this location. It would pull up a modal window showing you everyone that's at this location. I haven't got that far yet, but we're getting there. I'm just showing you this more than anything to help you understand what's coming down the road. We want to get even better in 2026 than we were in 2025. If we document any time we run across something under the comments, and you can even upvote and downvote, love, surprised, angry. Well, I'm angry about this. And the next person comes in there, they'll see all this stuff. Is it good for it? I don't know. But I do know it makes everything in one central location so that we can find it. Which means we don't have to search no more. We just go to one place, enter a name, stock ticker, company name, employer name, just about anything. And if we have any dirt on them, it's going to show up. It's a massive undertaking. I can't do it by myself. Sure, if I could get funding, I'd hire people and they'd be working this day and night. But I don't have that capability. So it's up to you, the user. Decide if you want to use it or not, if it helps make your work easier. There's a lot of people viewing this stuff. There's only a few actually working it. And there's even fewer that's actually developing stuff. I know Jobs Now, they do a good job. I think I do a reasonable job at guest worker visas. Chief Nifty Swell, he has to remain anonymous, but he does a damn good job of putting thought-provoking articles out on Twitter. And whenever I see them, I'll share them. because I think they're worth hearing. You got Amanda and Elizabeth from, I can't think what the name of it, WND something or other. World Net Daily or something like that. They do a good job. There's a lot of people active on Twitter that do a good job. I can't even begin to name all the names. And I'm probably forgetting some anyway, so I'm probably going to piss somebody off. To that, my apologies. There's just so much to remember. And that's why I'm trying to build one central repository. And folks, if you don't want to use it because you don't like me, that's fine. Build it. They'll come. Make it better. Do a good job. We got to get this stuff in one area so that if we get called up to Congress and testify, we can put our fingers on it right then, right there, right now. Not, oh, let me get back to you. Okay? As always, folks, I could use your help. VBSenate.com. Just think about it. If we put one person in there this year that's not of the elite class, one regular, common, even an old Navy veteran like myself, who's going to go up there and say, no, we're going to put Americans first. That will set forth coming years. Many of you are saying it can't be done. Yet you got AOC and you got Fetterman. AOC's out, far out in space somewhere, it's the nicest way I can say it. Fetterman seems to be stepping up to the plate, knocking it out of the park. Old Virgil might have that same capability. They tell me I dress worse than he does, so who knows? But anyway, it's not up to me, it's up to you. If you think we can beat them, we can beat them. If you think we can't beat them, we can't beat them. It's that simple. You want to contact me? vbeers@gmail.com. You can text me at 325-215-1886. Don't call me. I won't answer it. Anyway, good day. Thank you.